we don't want to get into business with you, and you got your kid here, and that's all real nice and everything, but we don't really want to do business with you.
And he was like, basically being the one that was blowing up the deal. Right? He was like making fun of his son. He mentioned his son. He wasn't even making fun of him. He was just like mentioned his son. Like he was like, "Don't you try to tell me how to raise my son." And then he was like, he's like, "Don't you try to tell me how to raise my son." He's handled his business. He's saying his pleasantries to everybody, and then he told that dude, "One day, I'm going to come into your house, and I'm going to cut your throat." It's like, God damn.
Yeah, that'll end the conversation right there.
It'll end the conversation, or it'll start something else. I don't know. We'll do some furniture moving. You tell me you're going to cut my throat.
Right? Like, God damn, why?
No, I have to prevent it. He said one day you're going to cut my throat. I got to prevent that from happening right now.
Shit,
we have to.
You're going to.
Right? This is what was that? Imperial candidate the Manchurian candidate. No, that's not it. What was the one the Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise.
Where they like would find out what you did.
Oh, Minority Report.
Yeah, that Minority Report, nigga. That's what I need to be with somebody tell me that they gonna cut my throat. That nigga, that's a direct threat.
Yeah, that's a very direct threat.
I was really upset that we never saw that scene, but like he kills Eli later at the end of the movie, so you just think, well, I guess he cut that nigga's throat.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a murderer. He's capable of it.
He's a murderer.
Man, yeah, I need to watch it. I haven't seen it in a really long time. Very disturbing.
If you could guess what movie we're talking about, put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments.
We'll shout you out.
Here's a little hint. A Batman villain is in that movie. Just a little hint. But enough of that nerd stuff. Let's talk about some more nerd stuff. Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to Drunk Banthas Podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk. I'm joined, as always, by my brother Bill.
Wow!
I'm Alex, and we are talking about episode 3, 4, and 5 of the Paramount Plus TV series Halo.
That means I don't remember anything. No, I'm joking. Hand me the remote.
Oh, yeah, sure. So before we dive into the episodes, what are you thinking of this show so far?
Shit.
Thumbs up, thumbs down?
I mean,
if you were to just say,
like most shows, I don't really have an opinion until it's over. They could redeem themselves like heavily, you know, in like the last 2 episodes or the next episode that I watch. I don't know. I will say that they've had some pretty big stinkers. Episode 2 and episode 4.
Yeah, I was about to say episode 4 was really... Yeah. Oh, man.
Episode 2, episode 4 sucked. And I really I watched episode 4 twice. Because the first time I watched it, there was people talking and all that shit. And I watched it twice, and I still didn't know what was going on. I was like, this is just a boring episode.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it dragged a lot.
I don't know if this is on CBS, but the commercial breaks, you know what I'm saying? Like the commercial cuts.
Right, yeah.
They get on my nerves.
They really, it's like, because it's like they shot it.
They shot it for
produced
TV.
it for it, for commercial breaks was like, it's very annoying. I don't like it.
But
not a huge thing.
What do you think about this show so far?
I mean, I guess if I were to say like it or don't like it, I guess I would say I like it more than I don't. I do have some problems with it. Mainly like pacing and story. Because like you said, episodes 2 and 4 specifically really slow. 4 just definitely seemed like, well, this is going to be the low budget episode because we're walking around in the forest and in the desert a lot, and not a lot of action is happening.
Straight up stolen for Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. But at least with Battlestar Galactica, they were able to have some really interesting stories.
Oh yeah, no,
that kept me more
I feel
interested.
I feel like the being in the dark element, like as an audience, we're being kept in the dark about what's going on. That element has kept the pacing of this show kind of shitty.
Yeah. Especially since I feel like I feel like I'm like one step ahead of John in the sense of like.
Usually you are as an audience member.
Yeah.
I just hit you with that dude's voice again. Usually you are.
That dude from Ozark. Yeah.
Usually you are one step behind or one step ahead.
Yeah.
As an audience.
And I feel like, yeah, like you said, it does unfortunately hinder the pacing, because like I feel like it should go like maybe episode 4 and 5 could have been combined or something, or maybe episode 3 and 4 could have been combined, because there wasn't enough intrigue in episode
3
4.
episodes should have come out back to back. That's what should happen. I still believe that the real format. Excuse me. The real format should be the COVID format, which everybody just put out 3 episodes, first 3 episodes.
Right.
They don't want to do that because they only making like 6 or 7 episodes these days.
And they gotta keep that viewership up or whatever.
Just get 3 episodes out.
Yeah, like I'm all for
because your story sucks.
Yeah, it's just paced very, very weird. I mean, like, great production value. I would like just to give it some flowers before we like dive into it, and like, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm shitting on this show. Because like there is like great production value, set dressing and everything is really great. I really like the main actor who plays Halo, Nikki Sabaka.
Yeah, Sabaka. I thought you was about to call him something else. I was like, who'd you talking about? You talking about Sabaka?
And he's great. And
hey, I've been trying to tell Nikki for years.
You gotta get out of the.
Yeah, you gotta get out of the shipyard.
Yeah, he went out of the shipyard and into space. He went and did some big things. I'm proud of Nikki.
And he's doing some acting behind the mask.
Yeah, he's doing some good, because apparently, like, I was watching a lot of behind the scenes. I think we talked about it last episode.
No, I don't know.
He did a lot of, he's doing a lot of the acting. Even when he's got the helmet on, there's a lot of him just in the suit. It's not all just like stunt dude when he puts the suit on.
So it is a stunt dude sometimes.
I'm sure it is sometimes, but I've seen like a lot of behind the scenes where like they're shooting and he's like walking around and you see him take his helmet off and he's talking to the director and shit. It's like, oh, well, damn, you didn't have to do that, but I guess he's doing that. That's cool. But yeah, I imagine like a lot of stuff in episode 5 where it gets super actiony. That's a stunt guy, because that's a heavy ass suit to be walking around in. I'm sure.
I mean, you have no idea.
I mean, yeah, I have no idea, but
it could be just like a little Halloween thing, but it just looks better because it's matted.
Yeah, and to speak more about the sound design, they really do a good job of making them sound like the Spartans sound really heavy and
they sound bionic. They sound like there's effort going into the movements that they're making.
Yeah, it's like 90%. Well, it's a lot of the sound design, a little bit of their performance as well. But
yeah, because the suits ain't as heavy as they are supposed to be in that world.
Right. Yeah.
Even if they are heavy.
Right, yeah, they make it sound like they're like 200 pounds heavier than everybody else. It's really good sound design. But enough of all that. Let's talk about what we're talking about. Let's dive into episode 3, which starts out in a flashback of a waste salvage colony. We're smoking weed. I don't know if y'all noticed. We be smoking, we be drinking.
Drinking.
But yeah, it starts out with a flashback of the waste salvage colony, where we kind of get the backstory of little blonde covenant lady.
Halsey.
The blessed one.
Halsey.
Not
yo,
the
the blessed one. Yo, yeah. First of all, hate her. I hate her as an actress. I don't know who she is.
The character or the actress?
She's just a bad actress.
Oh, okay.
I don't like nothing she does. I know she's supposed to be No, I don't like how she chose to do this. I don't like where she's going with this.
Yeah, like her performance with all of it.
I feel like this girl should be more stoic and more, like powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like walk around with a prestige of some sort.
Yeah, I'm not really.
It's not good.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it from her either. I'm not sure if it's just like the disconnect that like we've only heard her speak in this language that doesn't exist her whole time, and there's like this mystery about her. But
It's the way she carries herself. She carries herself like a meek little child, and also I hate when they give brown-haired girls, like super dark brown girls, fucking blonde hair.
Oh yeah,
and we can see
those
all her
stark
roots.
contrast. Yeah,
From shot to shot. Oh yeah, that was bad that day, but it was better the next day. Okay. That kind of shit gets on there.
Yeah.
But and also she's blonde because she's supposed to be like pure, right? She's the blessed one. So
right. Yes,
it's
it's like gotta be a very striking look. Yeah.
So, but with all that they did for her, she still sucks. I don't know.
Yeah, she's not a very intimidating presence.
That's what it is, yeah.
I think that like the weird creature that she's talking to a lot, which is probably really expensive to create that CGI character, which is probably
You're talking about the one who talks like this.
Yeah.
He's
He's creepy and he's kind of scary.
He
but
touches little children. Yes, he is creepy.
Yeah. He's definitely not allowed within 100 yards of a school.
So I think what we learned in that episode. What did we learn in that episode, Alex?
In the episode 3, well, we learned some weird shit about like Doctor. Well, we learned that she kind of got found by the Covenant.
Right.
Not the doctor lady, but yeah, the blessed one. She got found by the Covenant when she was a little girl.
She got taken.
And she was kidnapped. Yeah, taken.
She was taken
because I guess they could sense that she was connected to the artifact.
Oh yeah, no, that.
So they realized that she's some sort of yin to John's yang.
Yeah, that actually makes more sense.
What did you say?
I said that they hate Whitey. They hate Whitey.
I'm assuming that's not what you said.
No, I said that they hate Whitey. The listeners know I said I hate Whitey. The listeners will go, oh no, he said they hate Whitey.
Kill that bitch. No. Yes, it's weird how like they seem like they were just like I guess on the search for this artifact and they found her, and it seems like they can. There's some sort of connection between her and John. And later we see that maybe she's got some powers from the artifacts, because she's got some weird laser fingers.
No, that's just you can get a fucking prosthetic,
Oh, okay, I guess. Yeah, it is super science future world.
Yeah, it's super science future world, man. So you gotta put it inside her body. Like they got a pellet inside this nigga's body that makes him not care about people,
right,
or himself.
Yeah. I did like
that's technology, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's yeah. I did like to speak on that.
Speak on it.
Removal of the emotional chip. Is that what happens next? Well, actually, before we get into that, there is the weird, gross surgery that happens later with the clone. I didn't fully understand what was going on.
Basically, let me tell you what happened right there. I was watching that, and I was thinking, by the end of the process, I was thinking, they made us think that there was going to be like this Halsey lady walking around.
Yeah, right.
Clone, but she did some Rick fucking Sanchez shit.
Yeah, she's straight
and
up.
she melted this bitch down and put her into a fucking microchip and shoved that bitch into fucking John's back of his neck. I was like, God damn.
Jesus Christ.
This bitch did a fucking Rick and Morty experiment right now.
That was wild. She's like asked her like a few.
Yeah,
like,
they had
two
some
personal
really
questions.
crazy conversations.
And then she's like, all right, that's enough of that.
Yeah, well, now you've asked too many questions.
Pour you into the back of this dude's head.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Is it like I don't understand
the
science? Like from
First
what
of all-
I can gather.
First of all,
Sorry, go ahead.
if you say you don't understand the science,
Well, I mean, like obviously, yeah. but
nigga,
it's
she
not like
melted a
real
nigga
science.
and put him down into another nigga's head. No, there ain't no science behind that, nigga. I don't know where the science is supposed to come from. Eventually, then we're gonna be doing that. But that shit's gotta go. That's why that shit was supposed to be illegal. Remember the first episode?
Yeah, they were like, "Don't do that.
Don't do that. Dude, don't do that. That's crazy."
So I'm assuming that this is like artificial intelligence technology. Obviously we haven't cracked real artificial intelligence, and I'm assuming that they're saying in this show that the bridge between technology and consciousness, the way to build that bridge and have artificial intelligence is to clone a person, suck their soul out of their eyeball,
Yeah.
and then shoot it into a person, and then that will
Well, no, suck the soul out of an eyeball, melt the person.
melt the person into a microchip. Plug that microchip into another bionic person, and then that'll create
Altered person.
altered person, and that'll create this our AI lady Cortana.
Yes.
Video game person.
Yes.
Tutorial.
Basically.
Shout outs
Also,
to
a lying ass bitch. Now, how you got access to all information in the world that is humanity, but you don't got access to my goddamn orphanage files?
Right. Yeah. Now, and I'm not even. I'm not sure.
We ain't gotten to that yet, but I'm just saying.
Right. No. Yeah. She's definitely.
She's a lying ass bitch.
Yeah. I'm not even sure if she's lying or. I mean, she's lying about a bunch of stuff. She's obviously working more for Halsey, but for that specific thing, I'm not sure if she's lying or if the files have literally been wiped to the point where even she doesn't have any access to it.
But
she does know more than she's saying, for sure. You're right. Don't worry about
facts.
that.
Big facts. Katana, don't you realize you were melted down and put it in my head? Bitch, that don't make you feel some type of way?
Right? And she even says, this is not what I signed up for. It's like, you didn't sign up for anything.
Bitch, you didn't sign up for nothing. You was created in a lab.
What contracts did you see?
You didn't see much because it was something in your eye.
Shout outs to Jen Taylor, voice actress of Cortana. She actually played Cortana in the video games as well, or most of the Halo.
It sounded like her, eerily like the video game. So I think there's going to be a relationship that's developed between the two of them that, they'll start working together.
Yeah, it seems
Theory time.
It's like you were once, a spy against me, but then we gained this friendship. Yeah, we've seen that kind of stuff in movies before.
I'm not sure. I'm just having a feeling. Putting it out there. It's okay. One day, we'll know who's right, who's wrong. Very good job, though, but I could do better.
Yeah, I bet he. Oh God, I don't even.
Very good show, Halo. Very good show. I could do better. I love everybody on that show.
Yeah, he would probably claim that he invented the Halo video games.
And then he would wink at you.
And then he would what?
Wink at you.
Oh, wink at you. Ugh. Just the idea of a Donald Trump wink makes me shudder. But we get back to Quan and Bakeem. I forget what his character's name is, but it doesn't really matter. He's great. And he's the only thing that's keeping my interest in that. Huh?
It's not Bakeem.
It's not Boki. No.
Oh.
I mean, for the purpose of this podcast, his character name is Bokeem because fuck it, we're not gonna look that up. And this whole storyline is kind of not interesting to me, and his charisma is kind of the only thing that's making me semi interested.
Yep. Should have killed the Asian girl.
What do you think of this storyline with?
Should have killed the Asian girl in the first episode.
Yeah, it seemed like we were gonna get some sort of Mandalorian type relationship, but they split them up, and now it's like boring. I don't care what happens with her.
Yeah.
No diss to her because she's a good actress.
Oh God, good actress. Great actress.
Especially since, okay, actually, I have to say, so like around like the third episode, I was like, I like this actress a lot. She's doing a lot, but I'm just gonna look up some interviews with her real quick. Because I feel like this accent is fake. And it is. She's Australian. I don't know why they have her doing this accent. But it's just another weird thing with accents in this.
Speaking Korean earlier, like her and her dad spoke Korean.
Oh, is that? Oh, were they speaking Korean at the beginning? I didn't twig that at the beginning.
Yeah.
But
you don't be paying attention. So, yeah.
But yeah, like, yeah, she's a really, really good actress, but I don't really care about any of this storyline with her and Bokeem. It was very predictable. I knew that they were about to.
Well, then we're not going to talk about it.
She's going to go back to.
We'll just go on to the next thing. Because fuck that. Look, it's one of them. It's to the point where I might skip that part, like with the motherfuckers. Whenever I see them, I might just go ahead and skip until something happens when I see them next time.
Right, it's getting close because there's not a lot going on there. That's not very predictable. But then we get to Master Chief, where back to Master Chief. He touches the magic rock again, and he sees some more images of I'm assuming him as a kid and a dog and some drawings with what looks like a what you call it, a dream catcher. And it seemed like he didn't like. And then when Cortana interacted with, like, came into this his conscience, the rock stopped activating. So it seems like Rock only wants to interact with him, I guess. What do you think about like all this like mystery of the keystone stuff? What do you think this all means? Because he's had a lot of weird.
I think if I remembered anything about the video game, I might remember what the fuck they're talking about. But.
Yeah, I didn't make it far enough in the video game to get any of the story.
This episode wasn't boring, but it was just not a lot going on. But I think Master Chief touched the thing again.
Yeah, he touched the thing again, got some more like visions, and I think that's what causes him to go back home. Like he's like, oh, I got to go back home because I saw me and my dad burying a thing after I was drawing some drawings of the keystone.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, we got to go back home. And at the same time, Quan's going back home. Everybody's going back home in episode 4. Episode 4, Quan and John go home.
It was called Going Home.
Yeah, episode 4 is another. Man, this is another just episode where not a lot of shit happens. John, we do find out that John, like, he has like this weird hallucinogenic memory of seeing Halsey in his house talking to his parents when he was a kid. Mm-hmm. And he's like, what the fuck? This doesn't make any sense. Why were you there? And I find it weird that he doesn't ask, why did you look the same 30 years ago? Because he's
right.
like, he's got to be like 40. He's like at least 40 years old. And
in real life.
Yeah, in real life. So she's probably
like 40. She's probably like 28.
she probably like 40. She probably like 28.
She probably like 28. Just look old.
28, 29.
She old. You know, she's a blonde white lady. She probably 28. Everybody thinks she's 40. And then, you know.
Yeah, she's like Laura Dern. She's 38 years old her entire life.
Her entire life.
Yeah, that was weird. But yeah, we get a slow reveal of John. This is when I was saying, like, another thing where I was saying like 3 and 4 could have been combined, because he gets a reveal that, oh, you had something to do with it.
Yeah, a reveal of a reveal.
Yeah, and then it seems like he has like the same revelation in the next episode, but just like more. He's more angry about it.
Well, no.
Well, actually, yeah, they do show a little bit more in the second vision. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like at the end of this episode, because we do also see, I'm not sure if actually this happened in episode 3 or episode 4, but we see that Kai, the other Spartan, she takes her emotional chip, and she's acting a certain way. She's putting gun grease in her hair. and she's like smiling and having normal conversations, or at least conversations. I don't know about how normal it is, but it's more normal than Riz and Vanek, who are just like whatever. And it seems like we might be having a swirl soon. We got I see Kate I see Kai have given Miranda the eye a little bit in episode 4. Okay. She's like,
okay,
like I can see it in her face.
Talk about it.
When her eye turns, she's like, you know, you don't really talk to us that much. Oh no, it was actually after that, but it was like, I don't know. Once Kai, I keep calling her her actress's name. But once Kai says the name of the show, she's like, Halo. Is that what the Covenant are looking for? In that little moment, I remember seeing like a look where I was like, okay, there might be a swirl. There might be a little swirl there. Shout outs to Kate Kennedy too, because she's really good. The actress who plays Kai, she's normally a voice actress, but she's really good. It's 6'3". God damn, she's tall.
She a baddie.
She's taller than me.
She a baddie.
Yeah, put her in all the action movies. She's stunning and she's tall. But then that pretty much leads us into episode 5, which is, I guess, the last 2 episodes we're saving their money for. this action sequence in episode 5. Episode 5 starts with another flashback. Get more flashbacks. This one we find out that, I guess, Black military dad was also in on the whole Spartan conspiracy of stealing kids. Not a big reveal. They were married, so I guess it's not that huge of a surprise.
Yep, these guys are married. They're in on it. They work together.
Again, another thing.
They know each other.
Another reveal that seems like it should have happened in the last episode. It's just like we're getting these things in drips.
Yeah, I don't. It's stupid.
And you would think that they would want to have less episodes, since this show reportedly cost $90 million to make. Like, y'all want to save some money?
Nah.
But
save it when we're dead.
This show's gonna be huge. Spend all the money. And then we get to Madrigal, where Soren restrains Quan while he tries to... Oh, we're not going to go back into that. Yeah. Bakeem and Quan are doing their thing out in the desert. Yep. And it's boring.
It's boring. It's still boring, even though there was a little action this time.
Yeah, there was a little bit of action.
There was a little action this time. This little kid fucking hit me with a taser in my back.
Yeah. I did like her little sneak move. It showed that she knows her planet and she knows how to hide there. And shit.
I told you we can do this over here, boy.
But I also don't really like her character very much because, like,
she's worn herself out, worn out her welcome. She's blah blah blah. Yeah, she's worn out her welcome.
Yeah. So far, she's done like more damage to the only person who's supposed to be her ally than like any of the enemies she's supposed to be like fighting.
Right.
The only person she's attacked is the person who's protected her for like the past 3 days. But whatever. That story is dumb. But back on Arandius 2, or I read down, whatever, that planet where they found the Keystone.
Right. Keystone Planet 2.
I actually forgot to mention at the end of that episode, sorry, that John and Halsey found the second artifact, not in the place, on his home planet, basically. That artifact, and now they're having this whole big old dig. The whole UNSC gang are down there trying to extract the artifact and take it back to the Reach. Is that the name of the place? Yeah, the Reach.
The Reach.
And
that's what we do on this podcast.
We reach. But yeah, sorry, that was a wine burp. After they're trying to extract the artifact, John is still feeling a certain way. He's like, man, I don't know. I feel like Halsey's hiding something from me. And then he confides in military dad. Captain military dad.
Captain military dad, sir.
who's still just doing a terrible American accent, but whatever. Like nobody talks like that. It's so
He
weird.
saw it on TV.
You saw, yeah. Man, I threw myself off. But
did?
yeah, he talks to the military dad, and it reveals, and he sees military dad talking to Halsey. He's like, nah, fuck this. They're all in on it.
They in on it.
So he touches the artifact, and he gets the full memory of him getting kidnapped, basically.
I was like, y'all kidnapped this boy. God damn. I thought y'all had convinced his mom to do something or something. I don't know, but you kidnapped this boy?
Yeah, I felt like ever since they were feeling him and her weird, creepy little assistant were acting so weird about his memories, I was like, oh, they did something fucked up. They did something terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I did also think it was going to be probably like some sort of Citizen Kane situation where they just like gave his parents a bunch of money, but no, they stole him. That's definitely more fucked up, and drugged him in the night. But then he tries to attack her, and Cortana, is it Cortana? Yeah, she, deactivates him essentially. And yeah, it's a very weird, like, relationship that's going on right now with Cortana, Halsey, and John. Like, how do you feel about that whole dynamic? Because yeah, it seems Cortana's conflicted, sort of. Halsey even seems sort of conflicted because like she wants John to remember stuff so she can get closer to the artifacts, but also him remembering stuff is bad for her. Like, how do you feel about all that shit?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like they're gonna do a big reveal, and the computer chip clone bitch is gonna go, I want to fucking help John.
Right.
Theories.
That makes sense. Because like, if she really doesn't know how the Spartan thing got started.
No, I think she knows.
Maybe she...
Well, maybe she's lying about that. I'm just thinking Halsey's going to do something that's going to make her go, whoa. What if she just decided she didn't want me no more?
Right. Ooh. Because they do definitely allude to that at the end of episode 4. One of those episodes. Where Miranda is talking to Kai and says that, Halsey doesn't really like it when her things malfunction. She kind of gets rid of it.
Right.
Which is not really true because we've seen, for 4 episodes that at that point of John malfunctioning, essentially, and she's like, it's fine. So she doesn't do it all the time.
Beyond repair.
Yeah, and you can see, how her ambition for, finding more about these artifacts kind of quells her instinct to just be like, well, let's just wipe the Spartan and start over. Yeah.
Right.
And then we get to the big him touching the artifact again and getting all these memories. I guess sends out like a beacon.
The artifact getting chipped and broke.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Send
it
out
does
the
its own little thing. It does its own craziness. And that sends a beacon to the Blessed One and all the other Covenant people. And they show up and just start fucking shit up.
Niggas is dying all over the place.
Yeah, it was pretty devastating. What'd you think of this action sequence?
It was pretty cool, but it seemed predictable. I don't know why. You say go to the ship, we're like, oh, that ship is goner.
That shit was what?
I said, did they say go to the ship?
Oh, right.
And we were looking at it like, oh, that ship is a goner.
Yeah, right.
That ship is done.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, I've seen...
ship has sunk.
Yeah, that seemed a little predictable. I was like, oh, they're not gonna make it to that.
Not at all.
I did find it it was a pretty cool sequence. Considering we hadn't gotten a real action sequence in a few episodes, this is a nice getting back into the bang bang of it all. And I did really like the whole sequence where Master Chief he sees Kai going down, so he grabs the ship and then crashes into the other ship, and then he comes out of the rubble, starts killing people. That was a cool sequence.
Oh yeah, and little aliens was crawling around, half cut up and shit.
Yeah.
Nigga like, oh my legs. I ain't got and then the other dude, I don't know if you heard the other alien. He was like, Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard that.
I would have loved it if they had like little subtitles for the monsters, like I was just showing these languages like "Ugoda" or whatever you see in the in the subtitles. My legs,
My legs.
my God, he's taking my legs. Oh, that would have been great.
He's a madman.
The horrors of war. But yeah, John saves Kai.
You know that nigga was like, what hit me?
Right?
Just woke up with no legs. God damn it.
Yeah. I forgot to mention that the whole reason he does that is because Kai has a sort of shell shocked moment, and she starts freaking out and starts getting shot down. So John jumps in to save the day, but that allows the Covenant to swipe in and steal the artifact, pulling out the biggest monster person that they got.
This was a, what do they call it? When you're stealing something and it's a movie? Heist movie.
Oh, yeah.
This is a heist episode.
Yeah, it's like war heist. Yeah. And it's funny. I don't know why this happens so much in movies when like you have like the big monster that's bigger than everybody else. It's always got a hammer. It's always got a big club or something like that. And
it's universal across all universes, Alex.
yeah, if you're that tall, you have to have a hammer. Don't give him a gun. That guy.
Well, you wield the hammer.
Yeah. You wield a hammer.
Yeah.
You hold a gun.
You hold a gun.
Speaking of wielding stuff and this big guy, when Master Chief, when the big guy like hits him with the club, Master Chief says to Cortana, "I need a weapon." Was she supposed to materialize one for him? What was he saying?
I think he was. He said that, but I think she was like, "Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Like that is not gonna."
Oh
help
yeah,
you.
that's not gonna help you. Yeah, which I agree. Yeah, like and it didn't end up helping him. But I wonder. I was just curious why he was telling her that.
like, I think he was saying like, "Where do you see one?"
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. He's like, "Oh, it's over there." There's a dead body. There's so many dead bodies.
Yeah,
Grab
right?
one of their guns. But yeah, now the Covenant has the artifact, and then as they're flying away, spaceship poops out a little.
Poops out a little white bitch. Little white bitch egg. It's got a little white bitch in there.
Hey, there's a white bitch in that turd.
This is like that little chocolate egg that you get, and it has a little prize in it.
Oh yeah, the little not Fabergé eggs. What's it called?
No man, I want one of them bitches now too. Fuck, I messed myself up. I'm sorry.
I can't not like I know where this is gonna go in the next couple episodes. These people are gonna inexplicably believe that this woman is like an innocent woman. And they're like, she's gonna be like, "Oh, I was a captive for so long and I escaped." So
yeah, that was a good impersonation. I like that.
I'm not looking forward to how that predictable.
I was locked up. You sound like Teddy. You sounded like Teddy.
Yeah, Teddy Berger. Yeah.
I was locked up and I was there when I escaped the pod while they were distracted from your battle.
She's got kind of a Teddy Perkins complexion.
You did.
Think about it.
You did such a wonderful job defending your people. But alas, they've run off with that stone thingy. You wouldn't happen to have another one, would you?
Can I touch it?
Can I touch it with my inside parts?
With my laser fingers.
Oh, praise God and all that. Who do we pray to?
Who do we pray to? We got 4 more episodes of Halo left.
That's why you get paid the big bucks, Alex. I see. I didn't even know that.
I'm assuming that we're gonna be getting like, another next episode is gonna be very, very low budget. A lot of talking, a lot of this lady trying to trick people, and more Quan and Bakeem nonsense out in the desert.
Hey, good. It'll take me only 20 minutes to watch this episode.
So we'll see what happens in the next episode. I'm kind of losing. I was definitely losing steam through episode 3 and 4. End of episode 5 got me a little bit more hyped because that action scene was kind of cool.
Yeah. Hey, episode 5 really got you going. Don't lie. Don't say it didn't.
But it was just. But also, it brought me up a little bit more. Yeah, it got me going. But it's it's still 3 and 4. 3 and 4 were still stinkers. I don't know. We'll see we'll see where it goes. How you feeling about the series so far? Are you excited about the rest?
No.
At least excited to see where it goes?
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm like interested. Excited.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No.
But so far, on the 10 radius, I give it a solid 3.
Solid 3. Ugh.
So far.
I would
but
give
like,
it...
it's just a middle of the road vote for it,
Yeah. Well, yeah, I give it maybe a 4 or 5 out of 10 right now. Cause story's dragging. Story's not terrible, but it's just told in like the longest way, and it could have been a lot shorter in my opinion. But yeah, production value is great. Sound is great. Music's really good. Acting's really good. Apart from some spotty accents, but rest of it's like I was about to say I really enjoy it. That's not true. I'm enjoying it okay so far. I'm willing to keep watching it until it's done.
We watch it so y'all don't have to, or in case you want to talk about things you didn't get the last time that you watched it.
Yeah, if you want to tell us a little bit more about the lore that we don't understand, because so if you know more about the video games, please leave that in the comments. Or if you know, if you have any theories about that weird eye sucky surgery, where we're sucking souls out of eyes and putting them in heads. If you know anything about that, leave that in the comments.
Leave it in the comments.
But yeah, thanks for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every once in a while, so go ahead and leave a like and subscribe so you can get updates on episodes of the pod and new video essays from yours truly. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, all the internet things at Drunk Banthas. Till next time, stay safe, my little blessed ones, and may the force be with you.